Hello there, and welcome back to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 2. Welcome back to the finale, the concluding part of Season 2. We are here at Wrestlemania. It has been a hell of a show so far. Part 1. Lots of twists and turns. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go and watch it, as it does have some knock-on effects for Part 2 and what will be the main event. But we're kicking things off in Part 2 of Wrestlemania, very much in the style of how we began things with Roman Reigns. This time alongside Seth Rollins defending his tag team championships, or defending their tag team championships. It's not all about Roman. But they're going 2-on-2 against the Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders having earned their opportunity after several weeks of back and forth with the New Day and then overcoming the Usos. They've got the bit between their teeth for this match. They also know that the momentum is on their side. Roman Reigns has already been in action here this evening. He opened the proceedings, going one-on-one with Bray Wyatt in a match with the World Championship on the line. And if you haven't seen Part 1, now's your opportunity to go back and watch it. Because did Roman Reigns manage to claim championship gold? Yes, he did. Making his way down to the ring now with his tag team championship and the FDW World Championship. His second match of the evening, fulfilling his duties as a tag team champion, defending those belts. Reigns and Rollins won those championships while answering an open challenge. Rollins has been the beneficiary of open challenges, and they've also been his downfall this season. His record-setting TV championship reign coming to a swift end when he went one-on-one with the beefy one, Bronson Reed. But Seth Rollins, the only man to have done the Triple Crown, the only man to have held World Championship, TV Championship, and now Tag Gold. He walks into this year's WrestleMania in a very, very different position to last year. Last year, his previous successor having won the Royal Rumble, putting the TV Championship on the line, going one-on-one with Bronson, and Seth doing the unthinkable last year, dethroning Bronson Reed to become the FDW World Champion. This time round, he proudly sports one half of the Tag Team Championships, where he stands alongside his Shield brother, Roman Reigns. And that's what it's about for this one, ladies and gentlemen.
The following contest is a tag match set for one fall,
And there will be a 2-on-2 standard tag match. Everyone's been briefed. It's WrestleMania. It's a big one. Go out there and tear the house down. Reigns already having done so this evening. A lot of gold involved in this match. And there we go. Reigns starting things off for this matchup. An interesting choice considering his war with the Fiend already this evening. Reigns will need to wrestle smart here. As still to come this evening, your main event, Randy Orton will be going one-on-one with Roman Reigns with the FDW World Championship on the line. Reigns in control of this matchup automatically against Eric here. Just leveling him. Go for an early cover as Seth watches on. You want to talk about a dominant start to FDW. Reigns has come out the gate swinging. Triumphant in a feud with Bronson Reed. Claiming tag gold. Winning the Elimination Chamber. Now winning the World Championship. Winning it is one thing. Defending it is something completely different. Also defending his tag championship here against two very hungry Vikings. The enforcers of FDW, having done our bidding a few times this season. Seth Rollins now the legal man for the Shield. The founding father of FDW. Quick tag for Seth Rollins. Almost gets into an altercation with Roman Reigns, just squaring up to him, thinking perhaps there's a little bit of bad blood there between Seth and Roman. As Ivar, the legal man for the Viking Raiders, now uses his power and his weight to his advantage. Seth perhaps thinking he's got the advantage over Ivar here, but we've seen it time and time again. Ivar deceptively quick. He'll be able to keep up with Seth Rollins. So Seth's going to have to go to his bag of tricks here, I think, to keep one up on the Viking Raiders, to maintain championship gold. Suplex from Ivar to Seth Rollins now as the Viking Raiders in control. Use those quick tags. Eric going after Rollins. Keeping Rollins away from Reigns, unable to make a tag. That is smart ring awareness there from the Viking Raiders. And it's that tag team unity that's going to play into their advantage in this match. Seth Rollins, very much a singles competitor. Reigns, even more so, now that he's the world champion. Seth Rollins uses a springboard. Flying clothesline, and we haven't seen that from Rollins before, as he now hooks. Thinks about a cover, and it's only a 1 count. Seth in control, still isolated from Reigns. But now Seth almost cautious there to get back to his corner. Does Seth want to prove that he's the difference maker here? Tag to Reigns. And Eric wisely getting out of harm's way. Champions have the advantage still. Should there be a disqualification or a count out, the Shield will retain. Eric goes for a tag to Ivar, and that's smart. Both men need to use their power here. One man who will be watching this match very carefully will be Randy Orton. As Reigns just worn down, and that's the tag team offense of the Viking Raiders, just throwing Roman Reigns around before dumping him to the mat, putting in those quick feet. Eric just catching Roman Reigns out of mid-air into a suplex. And again, the Viking Raiders just isolating one half of the Shield, keeping them away, and almost insult to injury hit Roman Reigns with a double power bomb. Showing that they're now the measuring stick. Ivar looks for a cover. He hooks the leg as Seth contemplates going for the save. And that is interesting. Seth did not immediately leap to the aid of Roman Reigns. And he'll need to think about doing so if he is to retain the tag team championships. Seth can't be afford to be throwing away opportunities like that so willy-nilly. Easy way to find yourself with a chilly navel. Cover there from Ivar. Count of 2 from the ref, and Reigns still with the wherewithal to power out. All of these power moves, all of this offense from the Raiders just wearing down the world champion. As Seth Rollins now the legal man for the Shield. Uses his quickness to his advantage. Hits the reverse DDT and starts stomping away onto Ivar. This has been a much more muted performance from Seth Rollins so far. We haven't seen the explosive nature. It's been cold, methodical, calculated. As he drops Ivar across his knee, Seth now thinks about hitting one of his big moves to the top rope. Ivar leaps like a salmon across the ring and hits the tag on Eric, who comes flying into Seth Rollins in his own corner with the forearm. As this tag team match kicks into high gear, Eric deadlift powerbomb to Seth Rollins. Quick tag there from the Viking Raiders, who use that tag team unity, just throwing Seth Rollins around like a ragdoll. Lariat off the second rope. Ivar now in control of Seth Rollins, who wriggles out of harm's way. Quick chop block to the back of the left knee there on Ivar. And Seth going to his bag of tricks. He's going to need to. Never having faced an opponent like Ivar before, nor the Viking Raiders. Very much a different feel in a tag team match. But he uses it to advantage and tags in Roman Reigns. Reigns going after Ivar, kick to the midsection and some swift strikes to boot. Is he thinking about it? He's got him lined up as Reigns runs across the ring and hits the drive-by straight to the side of the head of Ivar. He's fired up. He's got him where he wants him. The crowd chanting that this is awesome. Reigns gets Ivar into his corner. Hits the shoulders to the midsection, wearing down the Viking. There's the aggression of Roman Reigns, choking him. Tag to Rollins. And Reigns daintily hops over Ivar of the Viking Raiders. Seth Rollins goes after the leg before heading to the top rope. Thinks about a high-risk maneuver, and there's the frog splash from mid-air. He connects, comes crashing down, but as does Eric, making the save. Rollins not too happy with that, goes after Eric. Ivar back to his feet. Seth Rollins needs to keep his head in the swivel. Can't find himself in a 2-on-1 scenario. Reigns not exactly leapt to the aid of Seth Rollins there. He knows he has duties later on the season, so he can't be taking too much out of his system. As Ivar hits a big splash and connects with Grand Slam Rollins. The Triple Crown Rollins. Barged into the corner now. Ivar throws Rollins across the mat. Ref into position. 2 count there from Ivar. Ivar knows he's going to have to hit even bigger moves on Rollins if he wants to claim Tag Team Championship success. But again, the Viking Raiders have isolated the founding father of FDW. They've got him right in their territory as they feel all sorts of fired up. They've got him where they want him. Thinks about a huge suplex, but no, connects with a knee to Rollins' face. And that's the unorthodox offense that you need to bring out against a competitor like Seth Rollins, who hasn't really had an answer for anything that Ivar's thrown at him thus far. Kick to the midsection and a swinging neckbreaker. He gets back in control, but Rollins might want to think about making a tag. He's taken a lot of punishment from Ivar. But in an act of defiance, perhaps, he just goes after the leg one more time. There's a tag to Reigns. Ivar turns his back and then quickly is met with a spear by Roman Reigns. It was enough to claim the World Championship. Is it enough to retain? Yes, it is. Roman Reigns, the difference maker. That is win number 2 for him this evening. As Reigns and Rollins hold their tag team championships high. Reigns has momentum on his side. He's dethroned Bray Wyatt. He has defended the tag team championships. But later on this evening, he's one-on-one with Orton. As I don't know why it leapt there immediately. We got so much more to carry on before then, including the final Supremacy match of the season. And what a Supremacy match this is. Everyone putting their best foot forward. We had a look up and down the roster. One man who hasn't had an opportunity. Well, he's had opportunities this season, but a chance to now represent the brand. LA Knight. Yeah. This will purely be for glory now. Can LA Knight bring one home for the purple brand? Representing Monday Night Raw, I believe, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke with a bit of history here on the channel. The One himself. Will he be able to use his matrix manipulating abilities in this triple threat on the grandest stage of them all to further Raw's chances, further Raw's success in the Supremacy battles? But the brand that has been the runaway success this season has been Friday Night Smackdown, and representing Friday Night Smackdown, it's only bloody Booker T. Booker T again with a bit of history on the channel, going back to the very first Universe mode, which me and Joe ran. Legendary feud with Bron Breakker. It was GM mode, I believe. I stand corrected. Booker T, a former Intercontinental Champion here on the channel. But now he's stepping up to represent the blue brand once again. Triple threat action. LA Knight's up against a couple of channel favourites. But Knight with even more weight on his shoulders as a result of that. Can he bring one home? As the ref is in all sorts of bad places where he does not want to be. But right in the way there. Nakamura in control of Booker T. Booker T, the two-time Hall of Famer. Nakamura, a former world champion, as he is met with a burning hammer there from LA Knight. That's something you don't see very often. Booker T with a big back body drop there to LA Knight. Multifaceted, multicultural affair in this triple threat. No countouts, no disqualifications. Who's going to bring one home for their brand? Will the dominance of Smackdown continue? Will Raw cement their second place? Or will LA Knight bring one home as Booker T connects with a huge pump kick to Nakamura, just taking him right off his feet, almost his head clean off his shoulders, as he now brings in the kendo stick, which is completely legal. Nakamura bringing on his strong strikes. Booker T connects with a DDT on the outside as Knight looks to bring one in for the team. Keeps up with Booker and Nakamura. Booker T rushing Nakamura off the ring post. As LA Knight connects with a neck breaker to Booker T, Nakamura levels Knight on the outside, and this has been back and forth and back and forth. Back between the ropes we go. As Knight gets the crowd on his side, he heads under the ring perhaps, but nope. Nakamura with great wing awareness there. Got a microphone in the middle of the ring? I think it might be. Yep, it certainly is. And if you can hear the feedback here, it's because the microphone is on. It's a weapon bouncing around in the ring. As Nakamura just all over the shop, but this is quite the performance now. Suplex there from Nakamura onto Booker T, connected with the microphone on the way down. I don't know where this match is going to go next, as Knight connects with a huge, almost pile driver there on Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura reconnects with a big knee, and Booker T to boot hits the pump kick. Knight having none of it though, keeping the match alive for FDW. Big slam there from Knight to Booker T. Nakamura in control of LA Knight now, who powers out. Swift elbow to the midsection, followed up with some quick punches to the head, as LA Knight has been quite the force in this match so far. Booker T with some swift strikes, just levelling Shinsuke Nakamura, as LA Knight now connects and looks to take control. Booker is able to power out of it, and the Hall of Famer here is really showing his experience. As he heads underneath the rope, LA Knight grabs the mic. Booker T with a chair. Big boot from LA Knight to Booker T. The legendary Black Snow thinks about connecting with the bookend, but not quite. A lot of weaponry on the outside as Booker T walks over the microphone to get back to the ring. Nakamura levels LA Knight and now marches Booker T across to the ropes. Knight looks to capitalise if he can connect. Russian leg sweep there. Can he connect with a big manoeuvre on Nakamura while he's got him isolated? He drags him away from the ropes. I don't quite know why. There's no rope breaks. There's no countouts or disqualifications here, Knight. That might come back to bite him. Comes off the ropes and hits the elbow to the heart. But Booker T is there to capitalise on all of LA Knight's good work, and that would be sneaky if Smackdown were to get one more win on the board because of our input. You've got to be in it to win it. All three men in the ring. There's a red mist from Shinsuke Nakamura. Where did that come from? Across the face of LA Knight. He is stunned, dazed and confused. He doesn't know what day of the week it is. He doesn't know where he is. All he knows is that there's a screaming Wrestlemania crowd. In his confusion, he heads to the outside and grabs a chair, but almost using the force, he doesn't see the kendo stick from Booker T. Nakamura now just running around with a sledgehammer in hand. Booker T just yeets the kendo stick at Nakamura, and the one does not see it coming. Knight, dazed and confused still, the red mist dripping from his face. Booker T and LA Knight now connecting in the middle of the ring. Knight marching him across onto his shoulders, off the top rope, and Nakamura looks to connect with a suplex. Gets in control, whips Knight to the ropes. Nakamura almost thinks about a Kinshasa. He has Booker T lined up for it and connects with a Kinshasa. And this could be victory for the one. Knight dazed and confused. Only a count of 2 for Nakamura. And there have been very few pinfall attempts so far in this fast and frenetic action as LA Knight connects with a BFT. He's got him right where he wants him. He hooks the leg. Can it be 3? Yes, it is. On the grandest stage, LA Knight brings one home for the purple brand.
Here is your winner, LA Knight.
Pinning the one himself. Taking a mist to the face. He was there when it mattered. LA Knight standing tall. Next match then this evening. Some business to attend to, and what a mighty match this is for Wrestlemania. For the TV Championship, in the traditional Wrestlemania tables match, in what is promising to be a hard-hitting, beefy affair. Kicking things off in a big way. The newest acquisition for Friendonkey Wrestling, John Cena, looking to claim championship gold, looking to become part of the FDW brand moving forward. Forgive me for the lump in my throat, but this should be an emotional one. Now, we've already seen this matchup a few episodes ago. A very different dynamic then. Singles action. Bronson Reed retaining his championship via countout. Cena was actually the victor, but Bronson held on to the gold. This time, Bronson's going to need to actually not use his championship advantage to his advantage. He's going to need to prove that he's still got the beef between his teeth, as he's coming into this match ready for war, ready to tear out the heart of John Cena and put him through a table. Who will walk away with the ever prestigious television championship? Bronson Reed, only the third man to hold that title. The lineage speaks for itself here. Inaugural champion Ricochet, who said his goodbyes to FDW last night. Dethroned by Seth Rollins, the founding father and longest reigning FDW champion, as John Cena immediately out the gates hits an elbow on Bronson Reed. I think has busted him open. With the opening move of the matchup, Cena is not playing games at all with Bronson Reed. That is aggression, ruthless aggression, some might say. We haven't seen from Cena in some time. But will the blood rage set in early on Bronson Reed? Tables on the outside. Cena immediately looks to get things done early, but nope. Still a bit more of a brawl in them. Leg sweeps from Cena to Reed, as one of these two men will go through a table. One of these two men will hold on to the TV championship. Reed, the man to tear the championship away from Seth Rollins in the most calculated act of revenge I think we've ever seen on FDW. Revenge for WrestleMania last year, as Rollins was the man to tear the World Championship away from Reed. Reed did the same to Rollins. But will Cena be able to grab that championship and make it his own? There's a big chop to the forehead of Bronson Reed there. Excuse me. Still shifting a cold. The chilly air is settling in at WrestleMania as Cena comes off the second rope and hits a stunner to Bronson Reed. Were this a normal match, you gotta think Cena would be gearing up for a pinfall attempt and be looking for the 1, 2, 3. But this ain't no normal match. And that ain't no normal champion. That is the beefy one. As Bronson Reed pretty much hits John Cena with his own move there. We won't call it the attitude adjustment, we won't call it the FU. We'll call it the beef U. Or the Wagyu. There it is. For Wagyu beef. There was a beef pun in there somewhere. Cena now hitting a belly-to-belly to Bronson Reed on the outside. Neither man really willing to give an inch. But you gotta say, it looks like it's advantage Cena so far, who goes under the ring for another table. Bronson Reed rolls out to the outside. And Cena with a Michinoku driver to Bronson Reed. Just thinks about... I mean, Cena just phased through a table. I don't know if that counts, but clearly not. The referee is happy to let the match continue. Reed now with a huge powerbomb to Cena. Oh my goodness. To the outside. And this is the Bronson Reed we know and love. Able to hit the huge maneuvers out of nowhere. And John Cena pretty much hitting a bronslort on Bronson there. Driving his head to the outside. He deadlifts Bronson Reed. Gets him up into a slam. Bronson having absolutely none of it. Straight back to his feet. This is a war that could go on for a while. As Bronson thinks about setting up a table, Cena's having absolutely none of it. Goes after the legs. And now wrenches away. Smart from Cena. He can take away Bronson's verticality. He can remove any chance of ever being put through a table. Targeting both legs. Bronson sees it coming, rolls out and with a quick kick to the back of the knee. Cena with the experience to reverse any offense from Bronson Reed here. As Cena just connects with the table on Bronson Reed. He stands there with the table and has it perched up in the ring, and as Bronson just rolls in, the table collapses. That is a lot of beef in the ring. And the table collapses with no real impact. Cena is going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to get Bronson Reed through that inanimate object. He has it perched up in the corner. Perhaps this could be the strategy. Will this be Cena's opportunity as he hooks Bronson Reed up, bounce him off the top rope, and heads once again to the outside? Does he think about more wooden objects? Cena perhaps a little bit caught off guard here. Soaks up the crowd, goes to the top rope with a huge splash there to the spine of Bronson Reed, as Cena just all out of sorts. Don't know what he's doing here. Too many attempts for this table, and that might come back to bite Cena in the bum a little bit as Bronson Reed just starts throwing Cena around. And is this where Bronson goes to the next level? He grabs the table and heads back towards the ring. The second of the tables introduced into the match. As Cena brings in a third. And almost in an air hockey-like maneuver, they go skating across the ring. Bronson Reed connects with the table on Cena. Throws it to one side. He's not done dishing out the punishment. Hits Cena with the headbutt. Bronson again with the table. Connects onto Cena. He rolls out of harm's way, and this has just been blow for blow. Big maneuver after big maneuver. Big Match John gets Bronson Reed up once again. Neither man quite sure how to correctly utilise the table on the other, and that was nearly it as Bronson Reed hits the spear to John Cena, and out of nowhere retains the championship. Cena set it up. He thought it might be the way to take out Bronson Reed, but Bronson able to retain on this occasion. the blood pouring from his head. Cena took an early advantage, but it wasn't to be on this occasion, as Bronson retained. Over on Smackdown, the Liberty Championship is on the line. Rhea Ripley versus Carmella. Carmella retaining the Liberty Championship. And over on Monday Night Raw, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler grabbing hold of the Women's World Championship. And now on to the big one. We saw it in the opener. Roman Reigns becoming the FDW World Champion. We saw in part 2 the opening Roman Reigns defending his tag team championships. But now he's taking on the Royal Rumble winner, the man entitled to a shot at any championship he wants. He wanted the Vision in Brown that is the FDW World Championship. The agreement was reached with Smackdown that Randy would get his opportunity. There were discussions about making it a triple threat. There were discussions about potentially moving the FDW World Championship match to the Go Home FDW. But eventually we settled on Roman Reigns taking on The Fiend in the opener, and Randy Orton getting the winner of that match. The winner of which being Roman Reigns. Two men whose legacies speak for themselves. Randy Orton, multiple-time world champion, guaranteed future Hall of Famer. Roman Reigns, legacy upon legacy. Sporting the Ulafala, sporting the Tag Team Championship, and also sporting the FDW Championship. He has one final hurdle to overcome this evening, and then his work is done on the big stage. He arrived at FDW with a hell of a bang, putting Bronson Reed in his place. He won the Elimination Chamber, an incredibly stacked Elimination Chamber, overcoming the likes of LA Knight, who won earlier this evening, overcoming CM Punk, Tommaso Ciampa, Ilya Dragunov, overcoming The Fiend here to become world champion, but can he overcome the Viper Randy Orton to retain a championship on the day he won it? It's the main event.
Introducing the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
Orton just as vicious as Roman Reigns, with his own history on the channel.
From Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the men's world champion and one half of the tag team champions,
Now if that ain't introduction, I don't know what is. Orton's got to be feeling good. Reigns has already been through 2 matches this evening. Fatigue surely starting to set in, but we know that Reigns can hit hard, he can hit explosively. Orton able to hit just as hard, just as explosive. And then of course there's those all-important 3 letters. It's Reigns, it's Orton, it's the main event, and there's the bell. As Orton just immediately goes after the back of Reigns and after the neck. Reigns thinks about a lariat, and there the fatigue setting in. He didn't quite connect with it, and Randy punished him for it. Starting to put in those calculated strikes from Orton. Shots to the back, and it seems that's Orton's game plan here this evening. Going after the back of Reigns, and now after the right arm and right hand of Roman Reigns, where he delivers the Superman punch, removing his offense. Cold, calculated offense from Randy Orton as Reigns gets control of the matchup with a quick reversal. Orton to the outside. This is a traditional one-on-one match. There are countouts, there are disqualifications. Will Reigns be that kind of champion? As Randy Orton hits a Russian leg sweep, slamming Reigns to the floor on the outside. They go back between the ropes, or at least Reigns does. Orton takes a moment to gather himself as Reigns hits a flying forearm to Orton, and now goes after the lower back of Orton, almost in a measure of revenge. Reigns with a big back body drop there to Randy Orton, who gathers himself and gets back to his feet. Swift shots to the midsection of the world champion. Belly to belly from Orton, and he follows it up with a quick cover. Will it be enough? Not quite. Still going to need to do more. Yes, Reigns has gone through a lot this evening, but he's still surely got plenty left in the tank. As Orton again thinks about a sidewalk slam, Reigns senses it coming. Swift knee to the head of Randy Orton before marching him across the ring and dumping him across the top rope. There's the frustration of the tribal chief. Swift stomps to Randy Orton. And another. And again a quick shoulder barge to the outside. This ain't the fastest and prettiest of matches, but they are hitting hard. They are targeting body parts as Reigns locks in a guillotine. So going to take the air away from Randy Orton, who has enough in the tank to just power out of it. And Reigns is going to need more than that. Both men in unison getting back into the ring, showing how even they are. On the same page as Randy Orton, quick reverse into an uppercut, seizes control of the matchup, again goes after the arm of Roman Reigns. Great ring awareness there from Randy Orton as he drags Reigns away from the ropes. He knows that there's no use trying to get a cover there. We saw Reigns use the ropes to his advantage earlier in the tag match with a rope break. Hits a Michinoku driver, and there's the cover from Orton. Could this be three? Only a one on this occasion. Referee holding up the one. That's for the count. He's not acknowledging Roman. Unless he is. Twisting neck breaker from Randy Orton there. He stomps Roman straight in the head. And swift reversal from Orton. Dragging Reigns away from the ropes. That's the experience you'll have being Randy Orton. Randy Orton, if he does this here this evening, will be, I believe, the only man to have held multiple world championships across different brands. He's been a WWE champion this season. He's looking to add the FDW World Championship to his repertoire, and he connects with the RKO, slithering over Roman Reigns for the cover. Is it enough? Not on this occasion. He teed it up and knocked it out the park. He's gone high risk with a huge splash to Roman Reigns. Is that big follow-up maneuver enough? There's the two, and the new FDW World Champion.
Here is your winner and the new Men's World
Well, I'll be. What a way to end WrestleMania. What a way to end the season. Out of nowhere. Doesn't quite do it justice. At the last opportunity, he cashed in his Royal Rumble win. He wanted the Vision in Brown. He wanted more World Championship success, and he went and got it. Randy Orton, the FDW World Champion, joining the likes of Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. What a lineage. And here concludes Season 2 of FDW as the fireworks spark in the background for our new champion. What does the future hold for the purple brand? Who knows? Time will tell. A successful night, a successful season. I very much hope you've enjoyed Season 2 of Friendonkey Wrestling. Stay tuned to the channel, where I'm sure there'll be updates in the future. But for now, FDW, taking a bit of a hiatus. Who knows, down the road we may return for Season 3, with Randy Orton at the helm, flanked by Tag Team Champions Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, TV Champion Bronson Reed, Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton, and Cruiserweight Champion Ilya Dragunov. I very much hope you've enjoyed FDW Season 2. I'm looking forward to the future, and I hope you are too. See you soon.